I'm Lexi. I'm in the US. It's been a while since we have looked at one of the weird and wonky recipes that the internet has brought us. I found this one on YouTube, and I will link the other video below. In this video, she is looking at a recipe for carrot cookies out of a cookbook from I don't know what year, but it's an old cookbook. But I found the recipe on the internet, and I make the rules, so this counts. My first thought when I saw carrot cookies was like carrot cake, and that was this other woman's thought too, but that's not what these are. I don't remember what the cookbook is offhand, but I will put it here if you want to check out the cookbook, and like I said, I will link her video down below. But let's head into the kitchen and see what these cookies are all about. So I'm just going to make a half recipe because I don't need that many cookies, but I'll give you the amounts for the full recipe. So we are going to start with a half cup each of shortening, that's 95 grams, and a half cup of butter, that's 113 grams, and then 3/4 cup or 150 grams of sugar. And that's right, this one, it all goes in at one time. 2 eggs, I'm doing 1 because I'm having the recipe, and 1 cup of mashed carrot. I just boiled up some carrots and then gave them a rough mash. And we're going to mix this together. Next goes in 2 cups, having the recipe, 2 cups for the full recipe, which is 240 grams of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. They're both in there. And this gets a mix. And then 3/4 cup of shredded coconut. 1 more mix. Okay. Looks a little thin for a cookie dough, but we'll trust the process. So I've got my cookie sheet and my scooper. We're just going to make some cookies. Once you get these all scooped out, you're going to bake them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 205 Celsius, for 8 to 10 minutes. And I will see you back in a minute to make the frosting, because yeah, there's frosting. Okay, for the icing, we are going to take 2½ tablespoons, which is 35 grams of butter, and 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Again, still having this recipe. And about 2 teaspoons of orange zest, which I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to eyeball that. That looks about right for half. And a 1.5 tablespoons, don't cut on your counters, people, and 1.5 tablespoons of orange juice. Again, not going to measure that. That feels about right. We're going to mix that. And you want to just kind of dollop a little bit of this, spread this a little bit on those cookies once they've cooled down. So I will see you in just a minute after those cookies are out of the oven and cooled and frosted. And we'll give these a try, see what we think. Well, that was certainly interesting. So we've got these cute little puffball-like cookies. They look pretty good to me, kind of interesting. I just smeared some of the frosting on top. They're pretty soft and they didn't spread much when I baked them. They're a little cakey-like, and that's probably the baking powder. And I can taste just an edge of baking powder in them. I'm going to double check the recipe and make sure I didn't add too much. But you may consider adding just a smidge less baking powder, like a 1/4 teaspoon less. As far as flavor, the orange in the frosting is the most prevalent. I don't really taste carrot at all. These are just happy little orange cookies. That being said, if you want little orange puffy cookies, these are good. I could see them going well with like a cup of tea. And if you need to sneak some vegetables into your kid's diet, this very well may be the way to do it. I was thinking, because my mashed carrots didn't end up incredibly smooth. That's alright, I was lazy. You can probably do a whole lot better than I did. But if you want a really smooth carrot puree, get baby food. And then you'll really have those vegetables hidden in the cookies. So that's definitely something that these could be good for if you struggle to get your child, or let's be honest, your husband, to eat vegetables. Try carrot cookies. Happy little orange puffballs. Will I make them again? My first inclination is to say no, but I kind of really like the idea of having them for a tea party. So, maybe. But they're not something that's going to hit my, like, regular baking list. What did you think of this recipe? What do you think of the idea of putting vegetables into cookies? Or into cake, for that matter? I know zucchini bread and carrot cake are a thing, but what about, I don't know, parsnip cake? Or tomato cookies? What's your craziest idea that you think might actually work? If I see something interesting enough, I might give it a try. Let me know down below in the comments. Let's have a conversation. And if you enjoyed this video, if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, I'd really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.